I think these pound buys are going to make sense today.
Nice. There's a nice range on the 30-minute.
Yeah. Well, this outside of this 4 hour wick here, but this is going to be about 8-9 pips. So let's say I were to execute a trade on the break of this high. By the time it got up near this, I would probably put it at break even and just anticipate it pushing past that to fill this 4 hour range.
Okay.
Because you got to think, like on the weekly on GJ, we've been pretty bullish. Then we've been selling off on the daily, just tapped into all this support down here. But what I like about it is that like we had London. So the last New York session locked in a low, and then Asian session in London. So Asian had a low, and then London had a higher low. So it just looks bullish here. You can see the low here and then just higher lows. A clean range to the upside. So we'll keep an eye on that because this is going to make sense. Overall, this range is 16 pips, but it's Monday too. So once we break this high and get pushing into this, got to be cautious up here.
So that's why the break even.
Yeah. I think gold too is probably going to sell off.
I like the gold sells more because of all those wicks on GJ. They're kind of,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the volume could help just push it through there, but I still there's a ton of them, and it's kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of noisy there. And then trying to wait for it up here to break would be like, kind of late. So I don't know. You would have to manage it pretty tight, but this candle is going to probably close pretty bullish. And it built another support here too. If the next candle will pull down and break that high, it's probably going to take off. But I think I as well like gold better. Because look at gold. It came off of this huge, like big sell off up here. And then price just topped out right here. Now it's just creating a lower time frame resistance here. To once we break that low, it's going to probably rip.
I agree.
Hey, Tanner, what's up? How you doing?
What's up?
I'm good.
Just hanging out. Just hanging out. Yeah, I think if we could see gold like really not break too much structure in here and stick around here until New York open in like 3 minutes, maybe a little deeper retracement, and then we break this low. There's a little bit of a 1 hour wick here, but by the time it gets there, that's going to be like 10 pips. We could put it at break even and anticipate that price is going to push through this and continue dropping into this range. I have a feeling today though, gold's going to wick down like fast. This move is going to wick down and suck right back up. It might not be anything like, probably not going to see a huge meltdown. See GJ right now, Caleb, this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's breaking that range already, and it might even fill it right now.
Now, if it closes above there with at least a top wick, you probably could take a buy position and just manage your trade from there. But I don't know if I like it enough.
See, if this were happening past 7 and this, like you said, had a top wick and the next one pulled back and then broke it,
That's what
I would be willing to execute it. Like, but you would be able to keep the risk pretty tight. If it came back down at all, just close it. But
yeah,
it's probably gonna fill this range right now. But the next candle, hourly candles in 30 seconds. So this might drop to create that top wick. Then the next one breaks it and runs. I just think I like the gold one better.
me too.
See, Bitcoin was selling off over the weekend. It's kind of recovering here. So now we have the 7 o'clock open. Let's just see what happens here.
GJ is pushing down.
Yeah, I don't think this morning I'm gonna execute anything on this pair. But I think I'm probably gonna wait on gold to see if it sets up. Because something else on Mondays, the volume sometimes sucks. And on Tuesdays, like early in the week, you can get some chop. So I would wait probably on, I think gold is the move. It's a much cleaner setup. And GJ, gold is still setting up structure now. If I were to trade GJ, like what I would do is execute when this high is getting broken here and be really tight on the risk here. So if it were to push up anymore, like typically I would be willing to take a buy, but there's some noise here, and yeah, I don't like it. But again, the overall makes sense. We came down last New York session in London, created a low, and then just been having higher lows ever since. So typically, if this were setting up on like a Thursday, I would take that trade. But I like gold better. I'll be patient, wait on gold. I don't need a rush Monday. But like now I would be willing to execute if I were trading this in anticipation that this is going to push into this range up here. And I would want that to break to then continue running higher. But as well, if it started to push back down into this range, I would just close it. But again, I'm not executing on that. I'm not taking it. I'm waiting on gold. Dang, spread on gold is almost 3 pips today.
Usually 2 to 3.
I really honestly kind of move so fast. I don't ever really have to pay attention. GJ seems like it affects GJ more than, it doesn't move as much. Caleb, you have an order sitting underneath there on gold already?
Yeah.
That would be a buy stop, right, Caleb?
Would be a sell stop.
A sell, yeah.
Oh, sorry, you said gold.
Gold, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
But it's the stop, right? The stop is you're waiting for that target point, whereas the limit, you want it to pull back, then run the other way.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was-
but I know, but I guess I'll suggest if you want to actually do that, just do like what Tana does, just execute it. Because
Yeah.
my problem with certain stops is there could be what's it called, the slippage stuff that happens, and then it pushes price to a particular point where that is not where you actually wanted to execute, but because that current price was not available at that point in time, it just takes you, and sometimes it even takes you to your take profit, and that's where it takes you in from. So it's best you market execute.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
well, I've never had that happen with my broker, but if it happens to you, then
Yeah, that's happened to me once. It happened to me on GUJ one time like this.
Sometimes on gold, there's like really no better option. Gold will move so fast sometimes. Somebody says, can you please look at EU? Yeah, I mean, the dollar's looking bullish right now, so EU would be like intraday, right? Overall pretty bearish, but EU is gonna be the opposite. It's gonna be intraday bearish and overall bullish. You can see it's been making big pushes up. Daily's pretty bullish on EU. weekly, big weekly close too.
It seems like there's not much volume right now.
Yeah, I don't trade you, so I don't really know what you're trying to see here. I mean, intraday it looks bearish to me, but yeah, if you're trying to swing this, I would probably look for long positions in it.
Go look at GJ.
Yeah, let's fill in the range. So like, so remember what I said, like GJ, I would look at maybe moving it at break even or something here, but it could have like a sharp rejection considering it's Monday. But what I would do is be pretty cautious. Like if it came back to my entry, I would have to manage that pretty tight. But yeah, I mean, I would anticipate it. It should push through there and, at least give the 10 pips. It's looking pretty
Caleb.
nice right now.
Hey Caleb, where's your sell stop at?
I've got mine under that previous 15-minute wick around 1774, 6 or so, depending on your broker.
Gotcha.
74.6. Why you got it that low?
The wick for mine is right above that.
Mine's at 74.84.
Yeah, 8.4 seems more realistic.
Somewhere right
Oh.
above. That's fine.
Yeah, if gold will come back down and break this low again, this is gonna be in decent. That'll be our trade today. We didn't miss GJ. We talked about it, but I wasn't willing to execute on it. Because here's the thing, like I don't want to start the week with a loss, and if I'm feeling any kind of way about it, I'll just leave it alone. Regardless of being right, like I'm not chasing it or anything. I literally do not care. As it pushes above this high one more time here, that's what's probably going to give it the rest of that move. So if there is anyone that did execute on it, I would put it to break even, because now I would anticipate this to move.
Tanner, if you took this one on GJ and it hit your break even, would you be done, or
Yeah.
would you
No more.
be done?
Yeah. See, if it hit me on break even and gold was setting up like this,
Yeah,
I would be okay to execute with that.
that's what I mean. Like, would you jump to gold and consider the other one you were watching?
Probably yes. Now, if I were to come here and some reason take a loss, I would be done today. Like,
Yeah,
it don't matter if gold would set up or anything. I would just go look at gold and just tell myself in my head like how I would trade it and stuff like that. I wouldn't actually execute on it. But it's looking pretty nice. I think we'll end up holding the resistance somewhere here. Then as we like create that top and roll back over down here, when we break this wick, this is going to be a nice sell. I really feel for some reason like this is probably going to happen pretty fast. So the volume sucks on Mondays. So a lot of these moves will be wicky, and you just got to be ready for it. If you cannot execute fast enough and you're just watching this, just watch, do it on demo for a few weeks watching us. You don't have to execute and try to make money and blah, 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 especially on gold. Gold can move fast. And if you're not quick enough, you don't know how to set stop losses or anything like that yet, you're going to end up just getting screwed. So don't do that to yourself. See how GJ is just kind of stalling out up here? That's why I would have it at break even. Because the volume, you never know on Mondays.
definitely a clean range if it does break those wicks.
Yeah, the volume just sucks. Seeing it, like watching it top out like this, if I was in that, I would maybe even be willing to just close it with the money that's there because yeah, I don't like how it would be rejected there, and I would think it pushes through like, but again, you never know the volume on Mondays, just not enjoyable sometimes.
To be honest, I still feel GJ is going to be bullish.
Yeah,
Like
I,
explained.
yeah, I do too. I think so.
Yeah, it's going to be, and there's still a lot of room to the upside. I mean, if you check on the higher time frame, like on the daily time frame, there's still so much room to the upside.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of volume to fill up. So
I would think if it's like any other trade that we talk about on here, it should obviously continue.
Yep.
Somebody says, do you use another computer to execute your buy? Because I never see how you do that part, nor the point where you get out. Well, see, we have the MT4 on both a computer and a phone. So yeah, I mean, execute on the phone. And if I want to close with the one click trading with the X on another screen, I'll do that. Or I'll have it open, close it on my phone. It just depends.
There goes gold.
Look, I talk about, oh yeah. Yeah, gold's mounting into the range. Wow, that happened pretty fast. I didn't even get to execute on it. It happened way too fast for me. I knew it was going to wick into this range today.
Yeah, it put me in, but we'll see.
Oh, look at that move.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, there it is. Holy crap. Caleb, you out?
Yep.
Sheesh.
Damn.
Anyone
Yeah,
else? Anyone else have an order there?
I had that sell stop there.
Nice. You out?
Yeah.
Take your money and run.
I put one for 0.01 lot just to like practice the
You out of it already?
uh no, I set it for 1771.9,
71.
like the full range.
Oh yeah, close out. You got it already went 18 pips.
These aren't usually huge moves. We
Yeah,
try.
we do not anticipate a big move. Once you get your 10 pips, really close up or and leave a runner or get all the way out. Close your trade right now.
Yeah,
Did
no,
you-
I didn't.
Did you set your stop loss for that, Jay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you set your sell stop for that. I was like, that's way too low.
No. I
There
had
you
the
go.
sell stop at the 74.8-ish and stop loss behind it.
It just hit 25 pips.
Wow. I don't know why I felt like that was gonna happen. That friggin' wick there. I knew it was gonna drop in there and wick back out.
Again, the lot was tiny. It was like
It's all right.
75 cents, I think.
Now next trade you take, use the same lot.
Yeah.
Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna dip your toes in and then you're gonna get a couple wins and then you're gonna up that lot with a little arrogance behind you and then nothing good comes out of that.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
That was crazy. It just melted out of nowhere.
I know that volume was insane.
Yeah, I like them sell stops. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
See, with gold, they work with gold a lot better because sometimes when those movers happen, like it's difficult to execute real
Yeah.
time on that.
I don't remember who was asking me about the sell stops or just executing it, but if you would have just tried to execute that, I guarantee you would have missed it because it just happened so quick.
Even if
yeah,
you're
I was the one. I was the one talking about that.
Yeah, that's
I was
why.
just talking based off of my experience, you know. So
Yeah, it also depends on your broker and stuff too. If you've had slippage happen before, then that'd be a good idea. But I don't really have any issues with that, so that's why I'm confident in just using sell stops.
yeah.
Jeez,
Oh,
well, look at
where
that. Hey, another day and everyone got scammed for free. Everybody got scammed. Look at that. Everybody got scammed into making money today. Imagine that.
um where gold is at right now, I actually had a buy limit there set like last Thursday, and it literally came down, touched the buy. I don't have the buy limit in anymore. I canceled it, but literally came down and hit it, and it's coming up. But it doesn't look good anymore because it broke the structure that I had marked up.
Would
Yeah,
you
this.
would you consider GJ if it broke all those wicks?
No, I'm done. That's it.
Done.
It's Monday. Yep, that's it. Now, just technically speaking, if it breaks the wick here, sure, there is more range. But I mean, how much you going to try to squeeze out of it? It's already moved into the range, and now the range is only 5 pips to the upside.
For
You're going to have
sure.
a 2 pip spread. So it's like, yeah, once things move for the day and I make my move, I don't try to keep looking for reasons to do anything or anything like that. You've got to, you just got to manage it. You don't need to be in everything.
No, makes sense. Totally makes sense.
More disciplined you are with trading, the better off you're going to be in the long run. So if you can really stay disciplined and take 1 to 2 trades a day and just have the same routine, that's really going to help you as far as being profitable consistently over the long term.
Absolutely.
It's just that robotic aspect. You just do the same thing. Like, I don't know, just after you do it for a while, you just don't even really. You ever got in your car and drove somewhere you're used to going, and then you sit there and think about it, you forgot the whole drive, like you don't even remember driving there. I do that all the time. It's just literally how it is.
Oh, like you just drive, but you're not actually like.
Yeah, like when I like drive from anywhere to home or from the home to gym, like I just zoned out so hard every time. I don't even remember making the drive when I'm done.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You're like, I don't remember these turns. How did I like not crash when I was doing this?
I just go with it, just used to it. Might not be a good thing, who knows?
No, that stuff seems pretty straightforward. One thing I'd say to add, and you were asking about like your training stuff, Tanner. When you build your zones, like you do it so robotically, you're flying through it, you know exactly which wicks, and you're throwing them out there. And if you're drawing your zones wrong, you're gonna miss these moves because like that break moment is just not as clean. So like not right now, but if you could ever like kind of touch on why you're drawing where you're drawing, that would sharpen up a lot of people.
I don't know if there's, look, there's not an exact like answer you can nail down with everything, because
For sure.
it's just, it's years of literally probably thousands and thousands of chart hours, honestly. This is what everyone says. I don't know, they'll ask questions or whatever, which is fine, but sometimes the answer is you need to sit in front of these charts for months. That's the reality of it. I can explain it and say, well, this is why this range makes sense, this range makes sense on a technical level. But if you don't have the time and you don't really understand it, well, I mean, that's just what it comes down to. You just don't have the time, and that's really it. People need to spend more time. But GJ's move is complete today, so not surprised.
I'm
Not
just curious.
surprised.
I always come in early and try and draw the zones up, and they're usually close, but
And keep doing that. Start on your 4 hour and look at everything, mark up everything on the 4 hour, then work your way to the 1 hour, and then see if your ranges make sense in the 1 hour. Now you're going to get noise on the 30-minute, 15 most of the time. So don't worry about those being as clean. You still want it to be clean, but they don't need to be as clean.
when you say clean, you mean like touching the wick to the body and etc.
Like they just see how clean this 15-minute range is right here.
Yeah.
Now, if this was split in half by two 15-minute candles, I wouldn't pay much attention, because the 1 hour is still clean and the 4 hour is still clean. So I really want my higher time frames to look good.
Okay.
When I get down on the 15, I have to understand not everything's going to be perfect.
those 15 and 30s is where you tend to draw those small boxes, right? Where like the kind of the split ranges.
Yeah, I can figure out a little more and it's just a little more detail.
Like,
So like to a T, right? Because like on the 4 hour, I would have a target up here for a clean wick, right? And then on the 1 hour, when I go and look, I'm like, okay, there's a lot of noise here, but price made a wick right here before and it kind of rejected in this area. So now on the hour, I can start to see why that was my target. And when I go down to like the 30-minute, I can really see, okay, yeah, this makes sense. And on the 15-minute, yeah, this makes a lot of sense here.
for
So
sure, for sure.
price is pushing through right now. So actual decent volume, around this time today, 7:20,
Monday.
not bad. 20 minutes in, we got
Where's
to move.
gold? Where can gold go? It doesn't look like there's anything stopping it right now.
Yeah, I mean, gold could fall back down to 17.71.5, and then somewhere down in here is going to be something on a lower time frame. So yeah, probably 17.66.72.
Hmm.
So yeah, we'll have to, and don't execute, just leave it. You already got your move.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just watch.
I'm out.
But somewhere down here would make sense. Probably up just a hair. You see how all these shorter ones are wicking off right here? So like 17.67.42, right?
Mhm.
This area makes a lot of sense here.
All right, I'm gonna head off, guys.
All right, bro. I will see you tomorrow.
Yep, I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning.
All right,
There you
peace
go.
out.
Hey, Tanner.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so whenever we got our gold trade just a minute ago, I
Mhm,
looked at the time and it was 7:13.
mhm.
And like that's what time we normally get our trades at. It's like right like 13 minutes in.
Yeah. So, and look, sometimes it's important to note those times of the day, right? Once you do it, like, okay, well, this week we noticed right off the bat, gold is ripping early, right? And GJ stalled a little bit. So GJ came really moving around 7:20. So now going into tomorrow, just take that and see what happens. Because now if it does it tomorrow, well, then what's probably going to happen Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Those times will matter.
You just gave me an idea of a new thing I can add to my my notes.
Yeah, take notes of the time for sure.
Yeah,
Anyone else? Anyone else in the chat? Anyone else catch any of these trades today? If I had to guess, Douglas caught gold. He's on the gold kick. Anyone else catch any, or is everyone just watching? Anyone? Man, everyone's sleeping today. Everyone's quiet. Just watching.
I mean, gold happened very, very fast. I also missed it myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, anyway, it's Monday, so I know Tuesday, Wednesday, we're gonna catch something. Like we all say, just one good trade and you're fine.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it was fire, gold and GJ.
Yeah. Yeah. GJ was a bit slow mover, but I expect these wiki moves like this. I expected these, I talked about that in the beginning. Gold dropping down in that range, immediately sucked back up, pretty quick. So it's nothing out of the blue. I expected those. So, and then you see, we talked about the break of this wick too and filling the rest of that range. But the reason I wouldn't execute on that again is because that range is too small. It's like 5 pips. You
just risk
can,
reward's
but
not there.
yeah, exactly. Because then you've got to risk back, right? Well, where are you going to risk back to? Because now you have, once this candle opened up here, you've got a full range of where price can drop 6 pips, right? So it's just not, the risk isn't there on that trade.
And like you said, the spread is there too, so it's eating into your profit.
Yeah, so you're gonna be risking probably 4 pips here. You're gonna be trying to make 4, but you're gonna risk 8. It don't make sense. That's why the move down here made sense, because even if you had your stop towards the bottom of this candle's wick, you have like a 9-8 pip stop, but the upside potential of 13, 15 pips, that's what made sense. It validates it. But see, now look at that big wick it left. I figured this was gonna happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it does that on gold too. And Bitcoin ripped out of here over last night.
Yeah, so Tana, I gotta go now. I
All right,
like what
bro.
I saw today. Tomorrow we're gonna do it again.
Yes, sir. Oh,
I'll be there
every
with
day
you.
this week. Every day
Let's-
this week.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, brother.
All right, take it easy, team. Safe.
Good job. The people really want you to talk crypto, Tanner.
Yeah, I know what the people want. I think I don't know enough about it though. That's the thing.
For sure.
Look, I like the blockchain technology. I'm not sure that I like the asset itself, but I don't know. There's room for it for sure. Something new is gonna pop up, but I don't know. I don't know enough in the background, right? I know fundamentally, understand the metals, but fundamentally, I don't understand Bitcoin.
No,
Just I
absolutely.
don't. I do know one thing, it's not correlated to anything, which look, there's room for everything. So if you were to build a portfolio like X amount you would allocate towards tech stocks, X amount you would allocate towards the metals, X amount you would allocate to crypto, right?
Mhm.
Whether it's 3%, whether it's 5%, it's up, that call is yours to make, but why not? If it's not, you want a little bit of everything, because when one's up, one's down, when one is down, one is up. Gold is a good hedge on life in general, but when you have something that isn't correlated to anything, that's also a good one to have. So I don't know. I don't build portfolios like that, but that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, crypto's so new in its infancy, and technically it's hard to know.
If I had to, I wouldn't be surprised to see 100K this year. If we see more regulations, I wouldn't be surprised to see 5K this year, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And that's
But
just Bitcoin,
and
right?
it's
And there's
well, I mean, any crypto is gonna follow. But here's the
it-
thing: you already understand that if we already understand gold and silver, right? We've been chasing these for a few years publicly now, talking about the all-time highs coming on gold. We already called that out, and silver, what's to come. So if that's what I think, I'm gonna play with those. I don't know Bitcoin, so there's no point. I'm not gonna trade it or anything. I have before, I had money there, but I since pulled everything out.
you're right. Bitcoin does seem to drag everything down with it or bring it up with it. So
Well, yeah, gold to the metals is like crypto, to its, currencies,
yeah,
cryptos as well. They all seem to follow Big Brother. So it's at least like an 85% correlation, like gold and silver are. Cryptos probably, Bitcoin's the same way with all the smaller coins. I don't know enough. I just simply don't know enough. I would have to go do some more research, talk to more people, figure more out about it.
hmm GJ's just giving it all back,
Yep.
taking it all back.
Yep. That's why you got to get in and out. You cannot expect, if you say, oh, well, I've got a target up here, and then you don't cover the money, well, now look at you, because now you're not making anything. Well, that's why when you get that move, that's why I talked about probably around here, you set the break even because it's going to stall out, and then let the trade run and pull everything off the table up there, because you never know.
Would you ever consider conservatively just get out at those wicks and don't risk
here?
it going back, but also know that you're not going to get the move up if
Up here?
yeah.
Oh yeah, remember earlier I said when it was stalling out, I said, considering it's Monday, I would consider closing here with whatever
Okay.
money you have, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
one thing I'm not afraid to do is take the money off the table. And I'm also not afraid to close a loss early.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna both pay. Look, there's sometimes you're gonna miss the move when you do that. And then sometimes when you cover the money early, you're also gonna save yourself from a bigger loss. So it's not a big deal to either way. It's all gonna balance out in the end.
Yeah, you can't just think of the loss potential. You have to think of the gained
Yeah, you're
protection.
yeah, you're saving yourself. Look, I always tell everyone here, like, you're just a risk manager. You're not even a trader. You know, you just think of ways to manage risk. That's it.
I like it.
Yeah, pretty decent trade ideas out today. I mean, both played out, both hit their targets, so not much for us to do. Look, after that, then you just, again, I'll just sit here a little bit and just kind of watch how things play out today. But I'm always done after that, and then just find something else to do.
So when the stock market opens, it tends to give things a bump as well in here.
Yeah, you'll see some volume 8:30 in my time, so hour from now, you'll get
7:30 for me.
some more volume in the market then. But even like after I've traded like this, I don't try to find a reason to get in or anything. I just leave everything alone.
Do you even make it to 8:30 your time often? Like without executing, but
No,
still
not
waiting to?
not a lot. You won't do it a lot. There's sometimes, like probably 2 weeks ago, I think we executed a trade on the 8:45 candle on, it was a GJ sell, I think, that happened pretty late. But look, some mornings you're gonna get a range, so
Mhm.
the market will just sit there and chop around. There's nothing you can do about it. And
And is
then
that, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and then by the time my trading time's up, if nothing happens, I've seen things take that I've expected as long as 10, 11 a.m. So, you got to be ready for that too.
I can see the longer you wait, the more impatient you'll get, and that might start making you just take
Yeah,
chances just to get it over with or whatever.
because then once you realize, um, once you sit there and wait like that a couple times, or not a couple times, but a lot, then you get to the point where you just wait, and then your trading is over with for the day, and you didn't execute one, and you walk away. Like, that's big, to be able to walk away and not execute anything.
Mhm. With kids right now, I pretty much won't make it past 8 a.m. your time most days anyway. So
Yeah, I would say that most days are, they're done before, but it's not always. You're gonna have those days sometimes where there's no volume, some days where you have a loser, some days when don't even get to trade. Just gotta kill the FOMO. Let's see what happened with EU. Someone was asking about that earlier. So yeah, it ended up selling off like I was talking about. You can see right underneath that midnight wick there, and this Asian session wick, clean range on the 4 hour, a support sitting down here. Then you can go down to the 1 hour, same thing. Really, the 6 o'clock candle, so I would execute on a sell underneath that wick if this were my pair, back down to this 1 hour support. Look on the 15 and the 30. Yeah, it makes sense down there.
so you were not as worried about that chop on the side there.
Yeah, no, not really. But you can see 7 o'clock candle open, but it shot straight down with no top wick and broke that. So I would be not executing because there's no top wick. And then it finally came back down and broke into here and then pushed up -3 pips. So I would close half of my position there. And then the other half would be running right now.
Typically, do you notice when a wick is created in one direction, it
Yeah.
won't come, it will, if it goes back down, creates another wick, it won't come back into its original wick? Is that-
Say that again?
Like, if a candle pushes up, creates a wick, and then now it then drops down to start creating its opposite wick,
Mhm.
it won't tend to go back up to its original wick?
I wouldn't say
Like-
that.
Okay.
It can, it can definitely do that.
Just what, because you're saying when it doesn't have a wick and just pushes one direction, you won't, you don't like that.
So let's say, remember how I said on gold that if we held underneath this resistance today and we built a smaller time frame resistance and we pulled up on the 7 o'clock candle to create a top wick into this, then broke the lows, we would execute, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So that wick that it left was a rejection wick. That's exactly what I thought. Now, if this price would have shot straight down with no top wick, then I would not execute.
Yeah,
Because the
it's like
chances of it creating a wick, look at every other candle on the chart. They don't always have to have them, like this one doesn't, but 90% of these candles all have wicks on both sides. So I'm not going to take the chance of executing a sell underneath that low when there's no top wick, considering it could just dip straight into there quick, pull up, then go create the top wick, right?
Mhm.
So that's why the opening of candles is important. Did they make the wick already? Did they not? Things like that. So every time you hear me talk about a trade like GJ, right? We talked about when this candle was broken, I talked about if the 7 o'clock candle can drop and create a bottom wick, then break the high of that candle to create its top wick, that would be an area to execute a buy, right? And then we talked about the break of the 7 o'clock 15-minute, that the close of it, if this candle could drop, create a bottom wick, break the high, it would fill the rest of the range. So if you go look on a lower time frame, you can see yeah, it created its bottom wick and then pushed up, broke the high, and took off. So I always put the timing of opening of candles and wicks, all that in my favor as well.
On every time frame, like even the 1 minute, are you watching that wick stuff, or is that a little less?
Not as much. It's really only when I start, I look at everything on the 4-hour, just overall structure. Then
Yeah.
the 1 hour, 30-minute, and I'm really executing on the 15 minutes, right? Watching on there. So I want to see most of my work, on the 15-minute. The 1 minute, you can get a lot more candles with some wicks on, like right here is just 2 in a row. See, no top wicks, but it keeps dropping. So things get a little less technical on the 1 minute.
For sure, makes sense. Yeah, it's happening so quick that
Yeah.
those rejections aren't necessarily as
See, I was talking about gold wicking out of here. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised to see it all the way back up today. GJ2, we talked about that. Everything being wicky today. Just wicks everywhere. Let's look at, I want to look at GJ on a weekly and see. See, now early this week, GJ has pulled up to create its top wick on the weekly. So if we start to bust, through these wicks right here on the weekly on GJ, there's probably going to be some significant downside this week. So that'll be something we watch every morning, because we're already at weekly highs, right? So consolidation, some pullbacks after this big run up would be, be possible.
Mhm. Did the weather get better for you?
Yeah, it's not as rainy. It's not bad. It's pretty nice yesterday. I went out and enjoyed the weather yesterday.
Wasn't rubbing in that it wasn't raining where I was, just
Yeah,
sharing the moment.
no, it was not junk. It was like, dude, it snowed here last week somehow. I don't get it. It's 75 degrees the first day on a Tuesday. On a Wednesday, it was just literally piss and snow. 35, 34 degrees.
That's Missouri, I think you said.
Yeah.
How far south is that? Checking on a map right now.
It's in the Midwest. It's more central.
Central.
Yeah.
Well, I'm no stranger to snow, so I'm sure
Where
it's
you-
less.
Where are you
Is
at?
Alberta, Canada.
Oh, nice. We talked about that because I was surprised that you were even allowed to trade.
Yeah. Well, it's not that we're not allowed. It's like I said, I think what it was, you have to be an accredited
Yeah.
investor, which
Yeah. It's hard to do it.
yeah, you need to have like 200K in the bank, or you need to, or sorry, make 200K a year, or have $1 million in the bank, or a couple other things. And I don't know, that's just not what most people are
Yeah.
rolling around with.
Yeah. It's difficult. Where's everyone else here from in the chat? I want to know. Someone says Connecticut. Where's everyone at?
Anyone else, Canada?
New York. Oh,
Italy.
Italy. Wow. Oh, the UK. Trinidad.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Shut up, Dwayne. Worldwide. Michigan. Hong Kong.
A Canadian living in Hong Kong.
Gonna guess military, maybe. I don't know. Miami. Ooh, see, Miami. You're lucky because me and my brother were looking at a spot there.
Hey,
Las Vegas. I was there last week.
hey Jay.
What's up?
So if you gotta be accredited, like you said, or whatever, but you either gotta have $1 million or make 200K a year or whatever.
Yeah, etc.
Which one do you do? I mean,
I'm
if you
not. I don't have any of that. That's if you want to sign up with a Canadian broker. I had to go overseas and sign up with just a broker willing to accept Canadians.
Oh, I got you.
And there are some out there.
I was just wondering. I was like, man, you got $1 million.
No,
Why are you?
no, I do
Canadian.
not.
So Canadians can go to forex.com Canada. You don't need a big account for that.
Yeah, there are options. I'm in the stocks with Questrade and they do Forex. So I thought that'd be simple. And then that's how I found out when I went to apply. They were like, nope, sorry.
Yeah, it's the regulation there is tough.
And Alberta's the toughest of every province in the country. Like,
Wow.
it's hardcore here. I don't know why they.
What are you? Weren't you the one? PDW. Didn't you say you're in? Why are you in Hong Kong?
I live here.
Oh, you live there?
Yeah.
Nice.
You were the one guessing military. So
Yeah,
it's
I
kinda
was
you-
gonna say
No,
military or
no,
something.
not military. Just tourist.
Oh, that's cool.
30-year tourist.
Italy too. Man, I was Italy would be cool. I was talking about Italy yesterday, but I think next year I'm gonna go to Santorini. We were talking about Italy and just I don't know, places to go yesterday. Me and some of my friends were talking. Vegas though, I can't step foot back in there for a long time. I don't know how you live there. There's no way I could do it. Maybe the locals are used to it, but there's demons in that place. I can't do it.
You're not wrong.
Good time, but see, I don't gamble either. Like my friends wanted to. That person says I don't gamble. My friends, we stepped downstairs. I was there last week for a while, and my friends we went downstairs, and they're like, "Let's gamble a bit before we go." Blah blah blah. You know, I'm like, dude, I gamble for a living. I don't want to do that. I'm not doing it.
It'd be hard to gamble at a table too when you do it with such like precision and control to just kind of give that control back to the house.
I'm not into gambling at all. Yeah. See, I'll put a penny in some machine and call it a day.
For sure.
My brother put down like $30 on some game and then won 500 in like 5 minutes and just turned around and walked out.
That's the way to do it. If you win, just walk.
I don't even know how to play any of the games. I'm just not into gambling. But look, there's a lot of traders, like especially like 80s and 90s, that came from a lot of card games and playing in casinos. It's weird. There's a couple really interesting ones. And I don't know, they use it, they relate it, put it all together, and they're good at it. Me, not so much.
So I'm just going over the map right now, just checking out like where the states are. This might be a dumb question from a Canadian, but why is Kansas City beside Kansas, but in Missouri?
Yeah. It's like that.
Okay, no, maybe there is no answer. I just curious.
Nigeria, Trap King is from Nigeria. He lives there right now.
It's true.
That Miami though, I'm jealous of that. Florida, oh, there's 2 Floridas in here. See me, I wanted to move to Florida like eventually. But where would be really nice to move to is Puerto Rico, because then you don't have to pay capital gains tax.
None?
None.
Wow.
That's one of the joys of Hong Kong.
Oh,
Absolutely
so
no
that's the
capital
same way?
gains.
Oh, wow. That's pretty nice.
It
Yeah.
is sweet.
Yeah, that is sweet. That you've seen like when the crypto boomed, or like there's a lot of people who have firms and or just a ton of entrepreneurs in Puerto Rico, and they all move there for the capital gains purpose. There's no taxes, but Puerto Rico, they would be idiots to actually become like a state, because they're pretty popular with entrepreneurs and they need to leave it alone like that. They need to leave it as is. Yeah, that would be pretty nice. I was just watching, there's this trader that I follow on Instagram and he's got a firm there. He was posting yesterday, they were like on their boats there in Puerto Rico, and I was like, dude, that looks great right now. I've never been there before, but it looks nice. Yeah, not much happening today. It looks like gold is dropped down, made its wick. See on the hour how it created a wick like I was talking about? That made sense today. I could feel it. I had it in my gut. I could feel it coming.
Is that just because there's like thousands of people watching the same move and pushing at the same time, but in the end it's it's coming back kind of thing? Or
I don't
would that
know.
why would that just dive down and then suck right back up so far?
There's some buying power, there's some buyers sitting down there.
Mm-hmm. True. For everyone looking to sell, there's someone out there buying. Day to day, do you just remove your drawings and then rebuild, or do you carry anything over?
Nah, I'll just remove everything off every morning and restart.
Makes
Dang,
sense.
Tesla's all the way up at 738. It's insane. Amazon, $3,300 a share. Wow. It's insane.
That's that jump from before this big consolidation, like down a bit more even? The previous consolidation, yeah, there.
This is like 300,
So
200.
no more between 2019 to 2020.
2019 would be over here.
So what's okay? So about the 1500s.
1,500. Price doubled. Thinking gold may come up to 1785 area, maybe 1790. Would not be surprised, my friend. Wouldn't be surprised. We had some nice buying pressure last week, really, but we need another nice bullish daily candle, I think. Things are a bit too choppy. Because what's going to happen here is if this week, if gold closes like some bearish 4-hour candles down here, it's probably going to have another sell-off this week. But I really anticipate that these lows here on the metals are the low of the year. But I'm just got to take it day by day and see. Big wick on silver too. So anything else? Anything else from anyone? Anything else? Anybody at all? Because there's no way I'm probably not sitting on here for much longer. Typically I try to sit here till 9, but I've got some things to do and today it doesn't make sense. We already got our moves. So
Kids waking up soon for me anyway, so I'm out in the next 5 probably.
that's on GU. GU intraday looks pretty bearish, but you got to think the dollar was bouncing this morning. Yeah, so it had a nice bounce there, but we've got to think about spots for the, so the dollar was just tapping into this daily support here. What I really want to see is if we can get a daily candle. So this daily candle is retracing off of this bearish candle. So I'm just watching price, like set 91.90. And if price can roll back over there and break this daily wick this week, then the dollar is going to have a nice push down. That'll reverse gold as well. That would reverse gold. So that's what I'm watching, waiting to see. But to go back to your GU, right now it's that daily candle's looking pretty bearish. 4-hour is as well. Do I consider volume, RSI, or cycles? I don't think you can use volume in hold up, I was about to look something up. Oh, I don't think you can use volume in the currency market like that. I don't use it. I don't use any indicators at all. RSI cycles, I don't know what that is really.
If you look at volume on the 1 hour, you can kind of just see it like flows with the sessions. Like,
yeah, I don't.
It's almost consistent.
Look, I can look at a candle and know when there's volume in it, and I know the times of the market when there's volume, so I don't pay attention to all that. Because here's the thing, I could probably put 100 indicators on and find some reason for them to line up with my trades and make it look like every morning that indicators are, godly and everyone needs them, right? I could probably create my own indicator and then make it look awesome while I'm trading and sell it and make a lot of money off of it. So I don't know. I mean, it can help some people. If you use it in your trading, cool. Just I don't use it. I have
Some people,
before, and it's noisy. It's noisy. It's too much. But someone was gonna say something. Who was it?
sorry. Some people actually can make technical indicators work and eke out a profit, but I find, as you're doing, pure price action, just the way to go.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that first start out get the idea that there's going to be some magical indicator that is going to give everything to them. And I'm not saying it like, again, there's some things that'll work and just it gets too noisy. You start to rely on it too much. A lot of them are lagging, so I don't use them. I see people with things on their screen. It looks like some Star Wars or something. I'm like, bro, how do you even see anything?
Hmm,
I don't get it. Some people get
Absolutely.
loaded up with indicators. I couldn't do it.
no, I like
I'm pretty simple with everything. I'm just pretty simple and conservative. So I don't know. I don't need all that.
that you don't. Less to think about, like literally just watching these wicks and zones. It's just so clean.
Yeah, because like I could put one on and like yeah, I mean if I were using like some kind of RSI or something, I would, you know, who knows? It would be like, oh well, this thing's, you know, pretty low and blah blah blah, and it looks like it could drop more along with the price. So I really don't see a purpose in it at all. It doesn't, this really doesn't do much for me. That GJ left a big wick on the 1 hour, 4 hour as well.
Gold's returning nicely.
Yeah, gold is returning to that range. I figured, like I said in the beginning, I figured they would both leave big wicks today. Gold is making a nice bounce back up.
Thanks a lot, Tanner. See you tomorrow, man.
You hopping off?
Yeah, I'm out here, dude.
I will see you in the morning. Man, our movers came quick today. We got everything pretty quick today, so that's that. Got some good movers. So gold ended up dropping like 60 pips out of there. Yeah, no problem. Come back tomorrow. Same thing, same time tomorrow. Yes, thanks for sharing this today. Very new to me, steep learning curve. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna catch the trading bug. It's gonna be the best worst thing that's ever happened to you. But I mean, these we'll have these streams. Almost some won't be to the public, but I mean, there will at least be like 2 public streams a week. So yeah, as long as I do them, the streams, well, I'll eventually move them to YouTube, I think, but yeah, everything is gonna be, you know, kept free for the public as far as a few streams a week. And I might do like one Q&A a month or something that's not live, because whenever I'm trading live, I could fly through some things pretty quick. I think some people get a little confused, but Yeah, so we've been on here for about an hour. I'm probably about to close everything out. And I remember when I used to do Zooms before COVID, always loved that the way you analyze the markets. Thank you. Thanks. See, we used to before COVID though, we were swinging a lot of things too. We were doing a lot of swings last year, but everything got a little too choppy for me when Biden got in. I don't even know what's gonna happen anymore. See, I was confident in my analysis and thoughts on Trump, but I couldn't I'm not confident in Biden at all. I'm not even gonna sit here and try to lie. I don't care if anyone likes him or not. One guy is a lot easier to read than the other. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Trump's market was it was a lot better. I wish they'd let him have Twitter backs. One tweet would send the market all crazy. Biden's had a choppy market, choppy everything. Turn on them Twitter notifications and let it rip. Again, I'm not into politics really. I just call things how I see it. I'm just trying to make money off of them. I don't care who's there. It's like watching a video yesterday. There was like some far right Trump supporters, and there was like some Antifa. And these people were getting so wound up. Like somebody had a frying pan out there, just cracking people in the head with it. And I'm thinking, dude, this is literally what this world's come to. You that worked up. You guys are out there fighting like that over people that could care less about you. Yeah. And also where they don't steal your money, preferably in an environment where you don't get taxed to death. Yeah. And just to think the guy's going to up the taxes again, like what is going on? It's a crazy, crazy world we live in. Especially something I don't have control over. You will never catch me getting that worked up. If I can't control it, I'm definitely not letting it get the best of me. Screw that. But any more questions or anything? Anyone? Anyone at all? Want to make sure I answer everything before we get off of here. So probably Tuesday. We'll probably do another one tomorrow morning. I'm just trying to think. Thursday's not going to be to the public. Maybe Wednesday won't be to the public, and another one Friday. So maybe like Monday, tomorrow, and Friday will be out to the public. We'll see if Wednesday is. Thursday for sure won't be. See if I'm feeling generous on Wednesday. Dang, oil's taking a hit too. It's big daily consolidation. Nothing crazy. How do you get plugged in with Zooms that are not to the public? So last year I got on with No Risk FX and just kind of been building that platform just as an educational platform, really. Like I think we have probably a Zoom every single night with like me, Trap King, Hussein is in there, Peter's in there, just running a little educational platform. Really, we're just building some. We've got some like algo type indicators too, um, that are for a specific strategy, right? So we've got another one coming out soon, but yeah, I mean, we've got the pretty much just, you can go in there and learn about the market as a whole, how to set up MT4, tons of videos. And then like Tuesday night, I just reviewed the overall market, kind of give my thoughts, answer some questions. And then Thursday is like a live trading session just for that group. And then maybe like another one more week will be blocked off to the group. So it's just a little more um exclusive, a little more like one-on-one. Like we have like our Telegram and stuff too, where we've got our channels and just some news and resources of things that I find interesting that I post in there. And yeah, just can get in here and chop it up. So it's just something we started building it last year. And then we were doing a lot of things for the public. I think we used to max out calls with 500 people on there literally within like 30 seconds when we dropped the link. It was insane. But Hussein kind of went MIA for a while. I also did too. And we stopped doing things with the public for a while. And then we picked back up again last year when we decided we were going to build like an educational platform and all of that. So now we're just back at it again. We've never built anything like this though. We just kind of had public groups, and I just kind of got tired of, I don't know, people, and I wanted to work on more of my trading in depth without noise. So then I took like a few months away with that. I didn't even talk to Hussein for weeks sometimes. So, which wasn't common. We've been trading together for probably 4 years now or so. But we both just kind of took off and then just started trading on our own and just working on our own stuff. But last year we got back together, then had this website built and everything, and just started building the platform. So I don't really, I never post about it. I will never post about it in the Telegram group. I'll never blast it on social media. I'll never post anything trading related. Honestly, I might post something on my story on Instagram, but I don't post anything, nothing like that. That's like one thing I don't do. I don't like. I don't want people to think like, oh, they're just, in it for the money and blah, blah, blah. Look, barely make anything off of that anyways. So trust me, it's not the reason at all. But look at gold. This is interesting too. So this morning it looks like these probably were FU candles, is what I call these, a fake out. So overall hindsight, we can see now like how price just dipped below the support here and close like with the F and a U. That's what I call those FU candles. And price is breaking the high here, probably going to run back up to towards 1780. Somebody says, but how do we find the site then? D Wayne posted it. It's noriskfx.com. So what we have in there is like there's more basic videos for like how to set up the MT4, and then just how to read trends, things like that. There's like a beginner and more advanced side to it as well. I forget, I think there's quite a few videos in there. And then we have like our nightly Zooms as well, whether it's me, Hussein, TK, or Peter, somebody's doing one. So then Peter covers more of the basic stuff. So there's like every kind of aspect is covered. And then you have, we have the main chat and stuff too, where we can just chop it up. So someone says, do you have your mastermind group to have those discussions for fun or serious? Both. I mean, it's not really, I don't know if you're just using mastermind as a general term, but yeah. Oh, yeah. We have, I get what you mean. You're making a statement, not a question. Yep. Yeah, that's why that's there. See, look at that break. So yeah, that's price broke those wicks, pushing back up to that 1780 range now. And Yeah, those look like FU candles on 30 minutes. So that move made sense there.
I was gonna ask you earlier because I'm bullish on gold, and like from the point that we sold to is where I was bullish at, and
Yeah,
I
you
was gonna
said you had a
ask,
buy limit there.
yeah, I deleted it though, just because because I had some zones marked up and some trend lines,
Uh-huh.
and it disrespected my zones and my trend line, so I was like, I don't know, it could retest the trend and just keep falling, so I just got rid of it. But I was gonna ask you if you've seen the buy coming.
Yeah, I could see those FU candles, those fake outs, and then it broke these wicks here and price bounced really quick. Remember, I said this morning I thought this was gonna be a big wick. Same for GJ. I figured it was gonna be pretty wicky there, but yeah, I mean that break there with that break and that move, that's already 20 pips. Like if that is a trade I took, I would be out of this trade. But look, like one thing on gold on the daily is you could see we have this channel that price is running in, and I'm kind of watching this just on the longer term. Where I think gold will really start to look healthy at is like probably like 1810ish. Really, that would be this 1810 level here would make sense. 1815. If price can really push back above that and just stabilize, then I think we've broken out of that downward channel and it'll be holding a nice support, which once we pop above there, there might be another decent pullback, but overall, like once we push to 1820, I think price will look a bit pretty healthy here. And then just kind of looking at things, just refining it even more. Once this daily consolidation breaks here with a bullish daily candle out of it, I expect that 18, 15 to get blown through. So I'm just kind of watching. It's pretty sticky here, but we'll see what happens. Looks interesting. Because then if we top out here on gold and end up breaking these daily lows, it's like, man, we might see another push, back down into like 1725. So that's why I'm just eyeing things up here. Higher time frame anyways. Ooh, so yeah, it seems like this will be it for me. So 8:13 now. We've been on here for over an hour. We already got, so today we had decent sells on gold underneath these lows. Price broke through there. Decent sell ideas. Some people had orders sitting there to pick them up. Back down into this 4-hour range, and then we had the GJ buy idea, which as well broke the highs down here, filled into the range, back up to 150.97, and then broke through and filled the complete range. But yeah, we'll come back tomorrow and do the same thing tomorrow and every other day. Nothing new. So anything else from anyone or no? I'm going to end the recording here. So this was recorded too. So I'll post the recording